Hey guys, I'm Michael Thomas, and I'm the author of Leave No Doubt Training at leavenodoubttraining.com. And today I wanted to introduce myself and talk about how the Leave No Doubt Training Manual came into existence. And so I wrote the training manual several years ago whenever I had had a knee surgery and I was in a CPM machine. Um, 6 to 8 hours a day. And at that point, I had been training for about 19 years, and I'd already won the Mr. USA and achieved my WNBF pro status at that point. And I decided, since really I couldn't do a lot of working out, that I would write down on paper or get in a computer system my training methods that has produced the greatest gains in lean mass for me. Um, so during this whole rehab period, I compiled all of this, put it in the computer system, and there shortly after I decided to go back to graduate school. I kind of put the book away. I had completed it, but I thought, yeah, I'll just kind of put it away. And so went to graduate school and studied frequency of strength training, and we compared high frequency strength training versus low frequency strength training of equal volume. And we actually compared a frequency of 3 times per week per muscle group versus a training session of 1 time per week with 9 sets of muscle group at the 1 time per week group and 3 sets on 3 occasions. Basically, they did the high frequency group did total body training 3 days a week at 3 sets per muscle group, which is a total set count of 9. And the low frequency group did all 9 sets. They did a split routine: chest, shoulders, and tries on Monday, back and biceps on Wednesday, and quads, hams, calves on Friday. But typical split routine versus total body routine. And what we found was both groups experienced uh, very similar, in fact, statistically no difference in their gains in lean mass measured via the DEXA scanner. You can access my thesis through Google and just do a Google search for M.H. Thomas high frequency strength training or M.H. Thomas low frequency strength training. So anyway, after completing my thesis and getting through school, I realized that what I had written about several years earlier in the first manual that I'd written, with all those high intensity advanced training techniques followed by complete recovery, which is what had produced tremendous gains for me, um, was what the science was really starting to appear to point towards. So at that point, I went back to the book. I started making sure that I personally was following the routines that I had laid out in the book. And again, these routines are, we have a heavy phase of training during the initial phase, the core exercise. You're going to try to get progressive in that movement, and then in the latter phases within each individual workout or body part, you're going to do tremendous amounts of volume. You can add high intensity techniques. So the goal is to recruit a desired muscle group completely and fatigue and stimulate as many muscles, individual muscle fibers as possible in a given training session, and then follow that with complete recovery. So that's what I started implementing. I started following it to a T several years ago, and I started experiencing some tremendous gains. We did DEXA scans on me personally at different time points. Then I started implementing it here in my training center, and people just were getting tremendous results. So that is really how the Leave No Doubt training manual came about. Um, Sometimes I went back to school to discover what the science would show me, and really it led me to a different result than I thought. And my original um, thoughts on training are producing the results, and those are the basis of the Leave No Doubt training manual. We've just released it to the public, and it is at leavenodoubttraining.com. If you have any questions, please email me at leavenodoubttraining@gmail.com. That's leavenodoubttraining@gmail.com.